Beneath the surface of our world's oceans, lakes, and hidden sinkholes exist places that defy logic, challenge science, and spark questions humanity still can't answer. These discoveries, some natural, some ancient, and some completely unexplainable, remind us how little we actually know about our own planet. Today we're diving into 7 mysterious underwater finds that should not exist. From ancient cities swallowed by the sea to impossible geological formations and chilling natural phenomena that behave like portals to another world, these are the stories that continue to captivate explorers, scientists, and conspiracy theorists alike. Number 7. The Baltic Sea UFO Structure. In 2011, a team of Swedish treasure hunters searching the Baltic Sea floor stumbled upon a site that has baffled experts for over a decade. Their sonar scans revealed a massive disc-shaped object resting roughly 300 feet below the surface. At first glance, it looked artificial, a perfect circular shape with ridges, lines, and sharp edges that didn't resemble any normal rock formation. Some even claimed it resembled the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars. After divers descended to obtain images, the object became even stranger. It appeared to have a staircase-like structure, a flat top, precise geometry, and even what looked like a smooth, 50-foot-long runway leading toward it. Geological surveys were inconclusive. Some scientists argued it was simply glacial rock shaped by the Ice Age. Others insisted certain angles and cuts were too unnatural to be produced by nature alone. Even today, the Baltic Sea anomaly remains one of the ocean's most controversial and misunderstood discoveries. With limited expeditions and murky waters blocking clear photography, we are left with more questions than answers. Number 6. The submerged ruins of Heraklion, Egypt. Before Alexandria rose to power, the ancient Egyptian port city of Heraklion was one of the most important trading hubs in the Mediterranean. It served as the gateway between Egypt and the Greek world. But sometime around the 2nd century BC, the city simply vanished into the sea. For centuries, Heraklion lived on only in ancient texts until a team of archaeologists rediscovered it in the year 2000, lying more than 100 feet underwater in Abu Qir Bay. Divers found enormous statues of pharaohs, stone temples, hieroglyph-covered slabs, gold jewelry, ships, pottery, and entire religious complexes preserved beneath layers of sand. The most stunning discoveries were the colossal, granite statues, some weighing up to 50 tons, still standing upright as though guarding the city even in death. Scientists believe the city collapsed due to soil liquefaction, an event where the ground literally turns to liquid during an earthquake, pulling entire temples and buildings downward in a matter of minutes. The scale and preservation of Heraklion make it one of the greatest underwater archaeological finds in history. Number 5. The Yonaguni Monument, Japan. Off the coast of Yonaguni Island in Japan lies one of the most debated underwater structures on Earth, the Yonaguni Monument. Discovered in 1986 by a diver exploring the area, the monument consists of massive stone terraces, smooth walls, sharp 90-degree edges, steps, platforms, pillars, and what appears to be a grand staircase leading upward. Some geologists believe it's simply a rock formation shaped by ocean currents and natural erosion. But others argue that the precision of the cuts, the alignment of the steps, and the resemblance to ancient architectural styles, including Mesoamerican pyramids, suggest it may have been constructed by humans more than 10,000 years ago, possibly during the last ice age, when sea levels were dramatically lower. Large rectangular chambers, possible roadways, and perfectly flat plazas have further fueled speculation that Yonaguni may be the remains of a lost prehistoric civilization. Whether natural or man-made, the monument's scale and perfect geometry make it one of the most mind-bending underwater mysteries ever discovered. Number 4. Cenote Angelita, the underwater river in Mexico. At first glance, Cenote Angelita looks like any other deep freshwater sinkhole in Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula, but descend far enough around 100 feet, and you encounter something that should be impossible: a fully formed river flowing underwater. This river is actually a thick layer of hydrogen sulfide created when freshwater and saltwater meet. The result is a ghostly cloud that settles along the bottom like a dense fog. Trees, branches, and debris rest on top of it, creating the illusion of a forested riverbank beneath the surface. Divers describe the experience as descending into another world, where above you is clear blue water, and below you is a dark, fog-covered landscape that looks like a scene from a fantasy movie. The phenomenon is extremely rare and only occurs under very specific geological conditions. It's one of the most surreal natural formations ever discovered underwater, and exploring it requires advanced diving skills due to the toxic gas layer. Number 3. The submerged city of Dwarka, India. Off the coast of Gujarat, India, lies what many believe to be the ruins of the legendary city of Dwarka, a place described in ancient Hindu texts as the kingdom of Lord Krishna. For years, historians thought Dwarka was purely mythological. But in 2001, divers discovered stone blocks, walls, paved streets, and what appeared to be harbor structures lying over 100 feet underwater. Carbon dating and analysis suggest parts of the ruins may be 9,000 years old, significantly older than any known city in the region, and older than some early civilizations worldwide. Some of the stone blocks appear precisely cut, with clear right angles and advanced engineering for their time. The discovery reignited debate about ancient civilizations, rising sea levels after the Ice Age, and whether ancient legends may be based on real historical events. Though research is still limited, Dwarka remains one of the most important underwater archaeological sites ever found, and its origin story is still shrouded in mystery. Number 2. The ocean floor brine pools. Brine pools are found deep on the ocean floor in a few rare regions of the world, most notably in the Gulf of Mexico and the Red Sea, where ancient salt deposits seep upward from beneath the seabed. Now picture this. You're deep underwater, and you come across what looks like a lake on the seafloor. The surface even has ripples, but it's not a lake. This is a brine pool, and it's one of the most unsettling things in the ocean. Brine pools form when extremely salty water, often loaded with methane or other chemicals, collects in depressions on the seafloor. Because it's so dense, it doesn't mix with the surrounding seawater. That creates a sharp boundary, like an underwater shoreline. And here's the terrifying part. For many animals, crossing into that brine is like stepping into poison. Fish can get stunned or killed. Crabs and other creatures sometimes crawl to the edge, hunting the ones that drift in and don't make it back out. Scientists have even called some of these places underwater death pools, but the ocean is weird because despite being lethal, brine pools can also host specialized microbes that thrive in these chemical extremes. So, you end up with this nightmare scene, a deadly underwater lake that still supports life, just not the kind you'd ever want to swim near. Number 1. The underwater nuclear reactor. For the number 1 spot, this sounds like sci-fi, but underwater nuclear reactors have been real, and the concept is still one of the creepiest "this exists" moments out there. The most infamous example is the Soviet nuclear submarine K-27, which had serious reactor problems. After a history of radiation incidents and dangerous failures, it was eventually scuttled, meaning it was deliberately sunk into Arctic waters near Novaya Zemlya in 1981, with its reactor still on board. Let that sink in, a nuclear-powered vessel, intentionally left on the ocean floor, and even though it's remote, it sparked decades of concern because the ocean isn't static. Metal corrodes, hulls weaken, and eventually, the barrier between radioactive material and seawater can degrade. That's why monitoring and containment matter so much, because a reactor isn't like a normal wreck. It's not just history sitting there. It can be an ongoing environmental risk if it breaks down. And this isn't just one story. The Cold War era left behind multiple nuclear-related objects in the oceans: submarines, reactors, waste, and contaminated materials. Some lost by accident, others sunk intentionally. The reason this lands at number 1 is the mix of mystery and consequence. You're not just looking at a creepy wreck, you're looking at something that could still carry danger long after the crew is gone. The ocean remains one of the greatest mysteries on Earth, a world of darkness and pressure, hiding secrets we are barely beginning to uncover. Every discovery reminds us how little we really know about our own planet, and the deeper we explore, the stranger the truth becomes. Which one of these discoveries do you think is the most unbelievable? Let me know in the comments if you want more deep dives like this. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey beneath the surface, make sure to like the video, subscribe to Beyond the Map, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what we uncover next. Because out there, beyond the map, there are still places that were never meant to be found.